You know, the past 60 days at Xbox can be described as just one word: weird. It's actually been pretty crazy when you think about it and look back at everything that's been going on. Phil Spencer retiring, Sarah Bond being unceremoniously removed from the actual corporate team. Then you've got Satya Nadella going around and freaking out about AI on every single aspect. And lo and behold, Asha Sharma, who worked at Instacart and also worked on the core AI team at Microsoft, coming in to become the Xbox CEO. There were some concerns about her placement, by the way, and I had a few concerns myself. Somebody who was mostly on the AI team and had no gaming background trying to run the gaming division seemed a little bit weird and honestly out of place. But things have been getting weirder. Like I said before, we've been watching tons of updates hit the Xbox platform over and over again. The PC app on Xbox has been getting major updates as well. And now we're finding out that the possibility of being able to play 360 and Xbox One games, well, the original Xbox One, on your PC while trying to put all the platforms together, and that's a very specific word why I'm using it, by the way, platforms is incredibly important. Keep that in the front of your mind. Is an incredibly cool idea, merging the entire PC ecosystem, putting it together with the console space and providing a piece of hardware that can bring both of them together, all at the same time while PlayStation is gearing up their PS6, Nintendo's still doing their Switch 2 anti-consumer practices, and Valve is now entering the space as well with their own hardware and their own platform to boot. So things are definitely going to be getting wild, especially in the next couple of years. But you see, it hasn't been all weird though. In fact, it's kind of been a bit refreshing watching Asha Sharma turn around and release a massive letter to the Xbox community and even people who are on the Xbox side as well, talking about the changes that have to be made. And from my perspective, a lot of those changes seemed really good. Getting out in front of what's been going on, having more of the Xbox team being active on Twitter and social media, talking more, sharing more memes, being less corporate and more down to earth and grassroots. It really does feel like Xbox could be getting a new injection of lifeblood back into this brand. And it turns out Asha Sharma is going to be doing just that as well, but at a higher level. According to Tom Warren, big changes at Xbox today. Asha Sharma is bringing in more technical expertise and shaking up the Xbox platform teams after the departure of Sarah Bond. Full details here. Well, look at that. There's that pesky word again. Platform teams. Boy, it's almost like there has been some guy who wears a banana suit talking about the platform wars for the past 7 to 8 months and nobody believed him. Well, believe me now, baby, because we are going to be seeing something happen in the gaming industry that I think nobody is prepared for. Too many people are still stuck in the old ways, and they are going to be set for a rude awakening. And like I talked about with yesterday's video as well, Valve is putting the right pieces into play on what they're going to do with Steam and SteamOS, taking massive chunks out of Microsoft's playbook, pulling in new users into the Linux platform, and also understanding that a lot of people are not able to upgrade their PCs or even want to buy new hardware, especially with what's happening right now with AI. Thanks, Satya. Way to go. But what we're seeing right here is exactly what I've been calling to be happening for quite some time. We're going to be watching as Xbox and so many other companies are trying to make entire ecosystems being viable, not just the actual box that they sell games to you on. And they're trying to fight for not only your money, but also your time. And these two different strategies are really going to be impactful on what's happening in the future. But there's more to the article though, so let's check it out and go from there. The article from The Verge says this: Microsoft's new Xbox chief, Asha Sharma, has spent the past couple of months making her mark on the Xbox organization. After focusing on highly requested Xbox console features, reducing the price of Game Pass, and moving Microsoft gaming back to Xbox, Sharma is now reorganizing the Xbox platform team at Microsoft today. The changes will see some veterans depart, promotions, and new faces with more technical expertise to help the Xbox platform team. Jared Palmer, who used to work with Sharma in Microsoft's Core AI division, is joining Xbox as VP of Engineering and a technical advisor to Sharma. In a memo to Xbox employees seen by The Verge, Sharma says that Palmer will work directly with me on our most complex product and engineering problems, with a focus on developer tooling, taste, and infrastructure. Right off the bat, we're already seeing some massive changes, and the more we get into this, the more you're going to see a lot of big changes happening, but also, in my opinion, quite a few concerns. Even though we're witnessing, as Asha Sharma has been going around and wanting to talk to as many people as possible about their opinions on the Xbox brand, including Sean Layden himself when he was talking about Game Pass on Twitter, we've also seen Asha invite the original Xbox team into the Microsoft offices to talk to them as well, to figure out what their opinions are going to be too. And this is incredibly interesting because in just a few short months, Asha has in fact, like I said before, made massive sweeping changes, even reducing the price of Game Pass. But my big concern though isn't the changes that she's making, because so far she's batting 1,000. The real issue for me is going to be the people that she's bringing into the teams in the first place. And it looks like the majority of them are actually part of the Core AI team she was a part of previously. And when you think about it, Copilot has not been doing well at all. In fact, there's been a massive backlash to Copilot on top of that. However, though, it looks like what Asha Sharma is trying to do is not just make people want to buy an Xbox console. No, I think what she's trying to do instead is fix all of the actual roadblocks that are in the way of either users joining the service of Game Pass or developers providing the product to have the users join that ecosystem as well. And I think that's why she's bringing in these teams. But the thing is, this could be a massive win or a giant L, depending about your opinions on AI. And that's where things are going to get really wild as well. Check this out. The article continues by saying this: Tim Allen, not the one from Home Improvement, former Microsoft Core AI Vice President of Design and GitHub's Senior Vice President of Design and Research, is also joining Xbox to lead design. Sharma says Allen's appointment is, quote, the first time bringing together product design, design engineering, research, and creative with a fan-first focus. Jonathan McKay, former head of growth at Microsoft's Core AI division, is also joining Xbox to lead its growth, data platform, and analytics. Evan Chalky, a former general manager in Core AI, is joining a new team in Xbox to lead forward-deployed engineering group focused on removing repetitive work, simplifying development, and improving how we operate. Well, look at that. When you see all the team members that are joining the Xbox team now, they're all part of the Core AI team. In fact, they were also all part of Asha Sharma's own team as well in the Core AI model. It looks like she's bringing in who she feels is going to be capable of bringing whatever idea she wants for Xbox out into life. And this is where my concern really comes into play. Yes, Asha Sharma has been making great moves. Yes, we saw a Game Pass price reduction. And yes, we've been seeing a lot of good things happen with her short tenure there so far. However, what I have a feeling that's what's going to be happening is the overindulgence and the overusage of what AI has been bringing into the actual platform itself and even gaming on its own. We've seen the backlash happening with AI across the board, and I have my own issues with AI as well. But the thing is, it's not going to be able to be escaped in some capacity. You're going to be seeing companies use AI in practically every sense to make things far more streamlined. The difference, though, is whether Microsoft themselves or even Asha Sharma herself has the capability and the foresight to realize that the average customer and consumer doesn't like AI at all. And we've talked about this kind of stuff before, how Dell on their own were sold a bill of goods, slapping things like AI ready on their laptops and having lower sales, yet still doubling down on AI and trying to sell that kind of product to consumers, even though we've seen the backlash because of it. Also, AI has not had the best reputation, again pointing to Satya Nadella being involved with that, with OpenAI and Claude and so many other companies literally laying off thousands of employees causing massive amounts of concerns, not only with the environment, but also cost with data centers, and passing those costs onto the actual residents where the data center is located really has been a wild thing to witness. So clearly, whether or not the AI team is going to be shrinking could be the reason why Asha Sharma is pulling them over to Xbox. Or we could be seeing a massive influx of AI being dumped into Xbox itself. And we saw this happen at GDC firsthand, where Xbox was showcasing what Copilot would look like or even interact like when playing a video game. So yeah, this could get incredibly weird in a lot of different ways, and I think one of the big problems that we're going to be seeing is what I've been predicting previously. You see, during the Xbox One era with the Dawn Matrix Sense, we had the DRM fiasco, and we also had the TV Connect fiasco. Remember that? Yeah, here's what I think is going to be happening. I really feel like Microsoft is still heavily on the AI train, and what they're going to be doing is not pumping out TV for the Xbox Helix. What they're going to be doing instead is pumping out AI on the Helix itself. The difference though is how they approach AI and what they're going to be doing for the user on their own. Are they going to be treating it like a second screen experience, or are they going to be using it to say, hey, we've got our own upscalers, we're using AI to make our games run better, we're using AI to help development, we're using AI in the right space to bring more games to you, instead of just trying to shove AI as an actual additive of what the console is supposed to do in the first place. Well, PC console hybrid in the first place. And that's basically play video games that give me access to every storefront. But we'll see how that kind of thing goes, because there's even more to go over. Jason Ronald, Vice President of Next Gen, is also getting a promotion as part of these changes. Quote, on hardware, we are elevating Jason Ronald accountable for Project Helix and our platform, says Sharma. It's not clear what Ronald's new title is, though. Jason Beaumont will lead the product and serve as intern head of engineering as part of these changes. With Asha Sharma saying, quote, this is an important time for Xbox. Our goal with this change is simple: build a platform that is affordable, personal, and open by staying close to the work and the people we serve. We will continue to add the capabilities needed to get there. So yeah, we are witnessing a massive shakeup overall, especially in the leadership side of what Xbox is doing. And Jason Ronald, who's also you probably definitely heard of because he was one of the main leads for the Xbox Series consoles, you can clearly see they're putting the entire onus onto him to make sure that system is in fact successful. And that's going to be incredibly stressful overall. Going around and putting both platforms together, combining the PC space and also the console space, is exactly what Microsoft has to do. Create that one open, affordable ecosystem that people can in fact enjoy and play their video games on. And it looks like what they're doing is trying to take a page from Valve's playbook, make things easier, remove roadblocks, make the actual user experience first overall. And that could be incredibly easily done if Microsoft looks at what the users are wanting and how to make their experience better. What's not going to help them, however, is to take AI and shove it into everything that they possibly can and think that's going to be the actual all-ending cure, when in reality, it's not. Usually what happens most of the time when AI is involved with normal people who play video games is it hallucinates, it breaks down, it doesn't work right, and people in fact get more upset at AI itself than trying to in fact interact with it. And that's where things can get really out of hand, and where my biggest worry is going to be about all of this. A lot of people are already debloating Windows. They're already going around and trying to stop any sort of Copilot usage. And I've done that myself as well, even though it stopped me from enjoying some of the newer updates on my literal PC. I'll use my ROG Ally X for that kind of stuff when you think about it. But Microsoft has to understand that just because they bring in the core AI team and it's people that Asha Sharma in fact likes to work with or has worked with in the past, it doesn't mean that AI is going to be the solution of what she's looking for. And that is what I'm worried about. But I think the crazier part is, even though I have these kinds of concerns, it looks like Asha Sharma is ahead of the curve, even for me. Asha Sharma on Twitter said this: Xbox needs to move faster, deepen our connection with the community, and address friction for both players and developers. Today we promoted leaders who helped build Xbox, while also bringing in new voices to help push us forward. This balance is important as we get the business back on track. As part of this shift, you'll see us to begin to retire features that don't align with where we're headed. We will begin winding down Copilot on mobile and will soon stop development on Copilot on console. All right. Hands up. You got me. You absolutely got me. I did not expect, as I was recording this video, to see this tweet pop up on the timeline, because at the time of recording, this was 44 minutes ago, just after the news actually broke of who was getting promoted and who was being let go on the upper echelon of Xbox's place. The thing is, with Asha Sharma stating they're going to completely stop Copilot and AI on console, completely just invalidates my entire video. Thank you. Thanks. Thank you so much. That's what is even happening with this company, brother? How is this woman doing all this stuff right now? She took her entire core AI leadership team, who was part of AI, and everybody had those concerns about it. Hell, even I did. Then, just immediately after, she says, you know what? Don't even worry, because we're just going to put the kibosh on AI on the console in the first place. I don't even understand. How is this lady getting around doing all of this while Satya Nadella, who's been pushing AI and Copilot into basically every aspect of Windows and Microsoft, she's just going around and saying, you know what? No, we're not going to do it. We're not going to deal with it. I'm not having it. Because clearly it has to be that she probably has her finger on the pulse. And I think what's happening now is that Asha Sharma is doing the one thing Xbox hasn't done for the past 20 years. Listen. No, not Wings of Redemption. Look here, listen. I'm talking about literally, actually listen. When she said, we hear you, I think she actually meant it. I know the fanboys are going around and using it as sort of like a meme, like, oh, Asha, we hear you with putting Xbox games on the PlayStation 5. No, I think she says we hear you in the sense of she wants to make sure that people see the brand as something positive that brings back what they're actually missing. And clearly what they were missing was listening to the audience that pays the money to use that actual brand in the first place. Not only that, but it looks like she's also listening to PC gamers as well, and she can clearly see the writing on the wall. If they don't make drastic changes, if they don't move quickly, then Steam is going to devour their lunch, and I think that is what's happening across the board. I think Asha Sharma and even Satya Nadella are looking at what Linux is doing and also what SteamOS is saying, and they're going to be like, ooh, you know what? We need to backtrack on a couple of things. And it also doesn't help as well that the entire OpenAI Microsoft bid basically just fell apart, and they may even be in some legal battles because of that. I really think like we are in a new space of what Xbox is doing. And right now, what needs to happen is actions are more important than words. Asha Sharma has been doing both. She's been talking more to actual users. A lot of the Xbox team has been talking more to people as well. And it looks like her actions are also being backed up. The fact that they are stopping Copilot altogether, even after GDC a few weeks back, really is wild to me. And this to me is in fact one of the bigger aspects of what's going to be happening right now in the gaming space, with Asha Sharma's letter to Xbox previously talking about what needs to be done and the massive points she brought up and the big ones that I was talking about. And now she's also moving her team, even though they were part of AI, into these new roles, but yet literally burying the entire thing of what Xbox wanted to do with Copilot in the first place and stopping it altogether. Now, if only they could do the exact same thing for Windows, we'd be in a whole other ballgame as well, providing a better experience for the Windows user and also for the Xbox user on top of that. But the thing is, I still have a few concerns as well. Even with all these things happening and basically blowing up in my face, I'm perfectly fine with that, honestly. I'd rather be wrong and have the right outcome happen than be right and have the wrong outcome happen. I guess being so completely cynical in the gaming industry for the past, 6 years doing this kind of content really puts a spin on things now, doesn't it? But even with this breaking news, Asha could be in a space right now where a lot of things were not making sense of what Microsoft was doing, whether all the layoffs didn't make sense, whether the right people being put in the spots didn't make sense, and also their actual goals didn't make sense either. And I think this is really what we're seeing with Xbox right now. We could be watching an actual light at the end of the tunnel with what Xbox has to do in order to bring back a lot of the, I would guess, prestige to not only Windows as a platform, but also Xbox as an ecosystem. I still have my reservations and my doubts though, because we're witnessing at the same time AI data centers being built out, Satya Nadella still pushing for AI in so many other facets. And we're also seeing true actual competition in the operating system space. What my concern is going to be is how Xbox moves forward, not only with proper digital ownership, but also backwards compatibility. Is that team still going to be impacted? Are they still going to be putting old Xbox games onto the PC platform as well as Windows itself? Or are they going to go ahead and let that fly by and no longer be active anymore? Are they going to be looking at forwards compatibility on top of that? Remember, that was Sarah Bond's entire thing too, where they were looking about making sure that every game would be able to be played on other platforms perpetually into the future, having to make sure that people's libraries are stuck with them. And that's what keeps somebody involved in the ecosystem. Not about whether a company has exclusives, but more so about how much money people are spending in an ecosystem to feel comfortable to keep spending their money there and actually buying more services and products from that ecosystem as well. It's why Steam is so incredibly captivating for so many people. You've got a company that has a better refund policy, a better customer service section, and they're doing it with 300 plus people, all at the same time providing better hardware that's also less expensive, and not even charging for online, not charging for cloud saves, and giving people exactly what they need, a better service overall that's always being updated. Microsoft is a massive ship, and the people driving it really didn't know what they were doing, but it looks like Asha may in fact have the right tools for the trade or the understanding of what has to be done. Remember, when she worked at Instacart, her entire job was to increase users onto that platform. And what is Microsoft trying to do? Increase users onto their platform. We may in fact be seeing Microsoft do the one thing nobody ever expected. But you know what? I want to hear what you guys got to say about this in the comments section down below. Do you like the moves that Asha Sharma is making? Do you think she can pull this off? Or do you think a lot of the people in the new AI team that are part of Xbox could in fact pull a 180 and put us right back to where we were previously? And things may not even get better. I want to hear what you guys got to say. And speaking about what you got to say, here's the comment of the day from yesterday's video. With Ace Ghost R Us 122 saying this: I hope they drop SteamOS for all desktop PCs. It would be hilarious to see every gamer with SteamOS. Ace Ghost, I think that is exactly what Microsoft is in fact worried about and why they've been moving so quickly to get all these issues fixed. I really feel like SteamOS is in fact the fire that has been finally lit under Microsoft to actually get shit done. Not PlayStation, not Nintendo, but an actual attack on the one thing they've always held the biggest grip on, and that is their operating system. But as always, ladies and gentlemen, if you guys want to see more of this kind of content though, more PC port reviews, gaming news, Steam Deck videos, fanboy content, and even live streams, subscribe to the channel. If you want Discord access or emotes during live streams, become a YouTube member. It's as low as $1. Look, if you don't want to spend the buck, don't even sweat it. Just come on down to the live stream Saturday nights, 8:45 p.m. Eastern, while I wear a banana suit and get made fun of with text-to-speech. It's actually kind of insane and a hell of a lot of fun. Basically, Sábado Gigante if you're Hispanic. That's pretty much how it goes. And that's every Saturday night, live, 8:45 p.m. Eastern, right here on the channel. And if you want even more of me, check out Oh No It's Alex Gaming. Link to the channel is in the description down below. Uploads are every single Monday, just talking about other stuff in the gaming industry besides news, just basically my opinions on a couple of things, and also potentially going to be streaming there daily as well. So give it a sub if you want to check that out, and check out the new video as well, talking about PC specs and the damage that Unreal Engine is doing to the gaming industry. I thought it was a good video. I mean, I'm a little biased, not gonna lie. With all that being said though, thank you guys so much for watching. Hope you have a great one, and I'll see you gooners next time. Peace!